Well, hello there. Welcome back to my YouTube show. I am Jenn Pike, functional medicine diagnostic nutritionist and medical exercise specialist. And yeah, I am walking as I'm talking to you right now. And there is a very good reason as to why. Today is all about teaching you why walking is a hormone superpower for women that are age 35 plus. Now, I'm going to turn this off for a moment because I know some people can get motion sickness when they're watching other people walk, and we don't need to hear that motor behind the scenes. But here's what I want you to know. Number one, it can be easier than you think in terms of getting your walking in. I'm actually walking on a fold-up walking pad right now. The company is called The Walking Pad. We do have a discount code. You can go and purchase it, but you also don't need to. If you own a pair of shoes and you can get outside and walk, you're going to be able to do all the things that I talk about today. What I do love about having something like a walking pad, and I've had a walking treadmill at home for about 10 years now. I simply ordered it off of Amazon. It was a company called Superfit, cost me a couple $100. And the reason I did is that I was living in Ontario in Canada at the time, and our winters were just kicking my butt for like 4 months solid and making it really difficult to get outside. And I was feeling the difference in my energy, in my mood, in my productivity. I work from home. I spent a lot of time at the computer. And so I made this investment and I started to walk about an hour a day, just answering emails or connecting with my team, client meetings. And I immediately noticed after the first week, wow, instead of feeling like I needed something sweet or I needed another matcha, something else like that, I was like, no, I actually just need to move. I just need to move my body. And it made me feel so much better. Now, fast forward to my husband also works from home. He now has the older treadmill that I used to have, and I upgraded to the walking pad. It's so simple. It just folds in half and slides under my desk. But that's not exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Now, before we go deeper into the episode, make sure you hit subscribe down here below because you don't want to miss any of these episodes. Here's the thing. I have been teaching in the wellness industry and specifically around fitness since I was 17 years old. I'm 29 years into teaching people how to move their body. And I know as women, when we're feeling tired or we're feeling a little burned out, bloated, like just like our body is not feeling its best. And then we hear this messaging like you need to go and hit the gym and hit your workouts harder. That can feel like a lot, and it can be very overwhelming and actually have a lot of diminishing returns on your body. And so, what if I told you that one of the most powerful moves that you could create for your health and for your body and for your mental well being is actually going to support your hormones and not make you feel more tired than when you started? Is walking. I know it sounds too simple, but over here, my company is called the Simplicity Project. I really do like to create more simplicity and ease. And years ago when I stopped running, I used to, oh my gosh, I used to teach 10K clinics at the running room. I used to do half marathons. I did a couple of shorter sprint triathlons. And eventually one day my body was like, no, we don't want to pound the pavement anymore. We don't want to run. We don't care about how many miles we're clocking. We care about feeling really good and nourished in our body. And so I got to this point where I was like, I'm going to make walking cool again. And it helped me rehabilitate my nervous system from burnout. It helped me to really calm down what was happening in my thyroid. It helped me to improve my sleep. I was going to bed oftentimes feeling very wired. And it's because at that time when my kids were little, either the only time I had to work out was at like 5:30 in the morning, or when they would go to bed at night. And so my whole system was just very dysregulated because I had this goal of working out hard enough. And so we've been conditioned, especially as women, to think that intensity is what equals results. No pain, no gain, right? And I just want to tell you that the problem is that if you have a body that's already feeling depleted, if you have a body that is already feeling deficient, especially if you are in that stage of life where you are postpartum or you are in perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, chronic high intensity, cortisol inducing heavy workouts can actually backfire. Now let's back this up for a second. I'm not saying that because you are in your 40s, 50s, and 60s not to do any high intensity. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that that shouldn't be your everyday, all the time approach. When we talk about cortisol, cortisol is an incredible hormone. Cortisol naturally is going to rise. We want that to happen in our body. Cortisol should rise in response to more intense workouts and efforts. That being said, if you are perpetually going heavy and hard, no pain, no gain all the time, and you are already depleted in all the other areas of your life, this is going to backfire. So when the hormones are already in flux in your body, when you're adding more stress to your system from things that are happening in life, and then you put these kind of punishing energy workouts on top, it'll leave you feeling more tired, more inflamed, and then stuck in exactly the same place. So this is about meeting your body where it is at now. And here's what happens when we go into perimenopause, into menopause, which is this lengthy bridge. For some women, it is going to happen over the course of about 10 years. And estrogen and progesterone start to decline. This can lead to more inflammation and joint pain and fatigue and a lot of brain fog. Your body as a whole, the way that you manage and respond to stress starts to shift. So this impacts hormones like, yes, cortisol, but also insulin. Even your hunger and satiety hormones, leptin and ghrelin, become impacted by this. The amount of DHEA, a hormone that is produced within your adrenals, also can become insufficient. And so when we're already running high on trying to catch up and maintain the life that we've got going on, and then we're trying to match that intensity in our work, in our workouts, we're maybe not sleeping as well and trying to dial it in nutritionally, but probably trying to be in a deficit, maybe fasting a little bit too much and trying to cut corners with their carbohydrates, we end up actually creating this internal wiring where our body gets into a state of simply not feeling safe and becoming more inflamed. So we notice more belly fat, we notice that wired but tired feeling that I was talking about. And listen, I love strength training. I do it consistently. I'm a huge fan of women's strength training 3 to 4 days a week. I love yoga, Pilates. I love to move my body every single day. But the way that I do it, the way that most women need to do it, it has to work with your body, not against it. So we want to choose movement that is supporting you versus pushing you into a deeper state of stress. Now, why does walking work? Why does walking matter so much? For me, I think there's a couple of reasons. Walking helps to regulate your nervous system, so it calms your body's stress response. It supports your metabolic health and your metabolism overall without sending you into overdrive. It boosts lymphatic flow, so it helps your body to be able to support detox naturally, because if you have a stagnant lymphatic system, you do not detoxify and eliminate optimally. And we could talk about that on every level, from being able to sweat to being able to have good quality poops. The other thing is that getting outside and walking, you are supporting your exposure to light. It is medicine to go outside, get away from home, get away from work, and just go. And if you can, do this without a device and constantly being plugged into something, it will probably feel even better. It helps to aid in recovery. So you actually do get stronger from your workouts instead of going and doing 3 or 4 stronger lifting days and then hitting the step mill, hitting a hard elliptical, a hard spin class, doing hill sprints, whatever that might be. It also, I have really found that walking helped to recalibrate my energy and keep me more sustainably charged throughout the day. So I wasn't crashing in the afternoon and then looking for something sweet or looking for something stimulating. And for so many women that I know, walking is another form of the bridge that I'm talking about, right? It's like doing less better. And with walking, you can go from this energy of, I'm too tired, I'm just not going to work out, to I can do this. I actually feel strong again. This feels nice. I look forward to it. It also might be where you connect with your partner. My husband and I go for a walk after dinner every single night. Sometimes we also walk in the morning. It just depends. But this is where we connect. It's where it's just him and I, and usually our dog. And we have some of our best conversations. And so I think there's a lot of benefits to it. And I think that if you are feeling exhausted after every workout and thinking, I can't do what I used to, I'm not seeing the same results, I feel like my body has turned on me, you need to shift that energy inward and ask yourself, what do I want to do? What do I have the capacity, the energy, and the ability to do? Also understand that with walking, you are calming your nervous system in a way where, like, don't get tripped up in how many steps you've done and how many circles you're closing. I know data can be super valuable, and for some people, it can be a massive motivating factor as to why they use a wearable watch or a Whoop device or an Oura ring. Is the data helps to keep them accountable and motivated. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I'm saying though is that if you have got this, like, I'm so exhausted, I just don't have anything left in the tank, then walking can be a very simple, inexpensive, cost you nothing as long as you have shoes, way to get back to yourself. And the other thing, ladies, that I love is that it is a non-impact way to actually help to build and support your bone health now and moving forward. We know that as women, because of the hormonal decline and because most of us tend to actually move less as we age, that we are more prone to sarcopenia, which is muscle wasting, as well as osteoporosis and osteopenia, which is the impact of our bone health overall. So at the end of the day, this is just a very simple shift that can have massive impact. So get out there and get yourself in for a walk. If you live somewhere where it's not possible outside, maybe look at investing into a walking pad or a walking treadmill. Get onto Marketplace, get onto Etsy, go onto Amazon, find something that fits within your budget. And if you are looking to start to add in a little bit of strength training, resistance training into your routine on top of your walking, I have 7 free workout videos for you that you can download below. These are some sample classes as part of what I teach inside of my online studio Synced. It really is to me, the best platform out there to get strong, to remind yourself of what you are capable of, to do it in a way that it's not going to crush your nervous system, your adrenals, and any energy that you have, and to be part of a community where you are reminded that it doesn't actually have to be harder. We can 100% embrace doing less better, and we can build muscle, we can feel fit rather, and we can really create the shift that we are after in our lives. So go and download those little freebies that I've got for you below. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and I'll see you back here next time.